Video.
Thank you so much, Mike. And taking a look at our forecast, we have rain on tap for today, and we are going to be seeing the temperatures it cools off a little bit heading, and this low pressure system is bringing us rain to the south. However, snowfall to the north. The north is not done with winter weather just yet. So there goes the low pressure system. It just briefly gets some portions of southern Ontario into what's known as the warm sector of the low, and then off it goes. We're left with some westerlies behind the low pressure system, be a little less. So tomorrow's a drop in the temperatures, but then we get back up into a couple of tens, some rainfall on tap for Tuesday of next week as well. Thank you so much, Mike. Yes, those temperatures are going to be at about seasonal, but the winds, yes, initially from the south-southeast, and then eventually as this low pressure system moves away, it'll be more from a west, possibly even southwest wind. Off it goes, snowfall to the north, right in the middle around Sudbury, North Bay. This will still be showers. Timmins right on the line, and then southern Ontario, we're seeing rain from the system, as Mike was just alluding to. How much rain will we see? 15 to 25 millimeters around Lake Ontario, and then back maybe as far as Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, Cambridge, Brantford, and then lesser amounts as you head down toward the south and west. 5 to 4 brings us yet more rainfall. This is spring-like weather, isn't it? 7 degrees, and then followed up by 12 by the late part of next week. Rainfall today. We're going to see, well, not excessive amounts of rain, but it's a pretty decent rainfall coming through with temperatures today that are seasonal, where we should be for the beginning part of April. I'll show you the short-term forecast to help you with your planning for the day ahead. It's starting to taper off. The low is 2, feeling like -4 or so, a little bit cooler because the winds will have shifted direction, and the winds are fairly gusty with this low pressure system as it comes through. This is all snow to the north, and then we have rain. See that warm sector? So essentially where the triple point is, where the lines all connect, in the warm part of the low, it's going to be moving across southern Ontario, but it's also warm enough in North Bay and Sudbury to see rainfall from this, but across Lake Ontario, that's meters. Thanks, guys. You both know your stuff. Yes, temperatures are warming today. It's, well, warming. I mean, it's compared to what we've been experiencing. But nevertheless, we do see some improvements on the way with regard to the temperatures. And the rainfall today, it'll be gusty at times, obviously with that wind. And we will see this low pressure system moving through with snow to the north. So winter weather is not done in northern Ontario. But to the south, that is definitely going to be rain through Ottawa and Montreal, possibly even mixing due to the timing of the low pressure system as it moves through early tomorrow. But overall, the winds will shift direction. Initially, we'll get the southeasterlies. Those will probably be the strongest winds. And then behind it, the westerlies or southwesterlies will set themselves up. So 15 to 25 millimeters around Lake Ontario. Thankfully, we don't have any severe weather expected for us today, but the hail, it's beginning to we're starting to see that season upon us stateside for the time being. 7-day forecast in Toronto, warmer for the weekend. It's going to feel a little bit more like spring today. Temperatures seasonal, rainfall in the forecast. We have quite a bit of it around Lake Ontario. I'll show you the numbers on the amounts of rain we can expect in just a moment. Did you like the weather yesterday? Because if you did, you're going to be running into winds that could gust or occasionally reach as high as 70 kilometers per hour at times, with obviously not as much friction over the lakes. But we are going to be looking at snowfall from this in the north of Ontario, through the south, rainfall. In the case of Ottawa and Montreal, due to the timing of this, overnight mixing, possibly changing to showers, and then the winds will have shifted direction. I think that the southeasterly winds will be stronger than, say, the westerlies or southwesterlies that set up behind the low. It'll be a gusty day. The 8-degree reading today in Toronto will feel more like 5, and we have 15 to 25 millimeters of rain on the way for areas around Lake Ontario, the north side and the state side as well. 5 to 15. Thank you so much, Mike. And we are going to be, of course, looking at this low pressure system moving through with some brisk winds at times from the southeast initially, and then switching to the west or southwest as the low departs. So looking at our low, it's snow off to the north through the central portion of the province. It'll be rain showers in North Bay and Sudbury, northeastern Ontario, and then rain across southern Ontario as well. In terms of the amounts, 15 to 25 millimeters of rain is on tap for us today, and then lesser as you head further to the north. But again, it's, the warmth is reaching a little further to the north, so that's a sign of spring, isn't it? So maybe this has you thinking about, well, what could I do today in terms of activities or maybe for the weekend ahead? I know just the person, Ontario Tourism's Kevin Forget. Thank you so much, Kevin. And looking at our weekend ahead in terms of the weather conditions for Toronto, Saturday and Sunday, we have sunshine, but again, it is a little bit cooler behind our low tomorrow. It'll be Sunday before we see the temperatures return to more normal or seasonal values with lots of sunshine. And then on Monday, Tuesday, some rainy weather returning for us. Not very similar in forecast, are they? Sunday, the much better day of the two if you need to do some outdoor stuff. And then Monday and Tuesday, we have the return of more rainfall for Hamilton.